Hey guys, welcome back to the craft room. Today, I don't know, honestly, I just want to play with the sewing machine. I've not really got to play with it. Work has been crazy because I'm in retail, and yes, it's the Christmas season, so work has been kind of crazy, and my manager has been at another store, so it's been crazy. So I really wanted to sew some today, and I bought these panels a while back, and I hauled them. If I can remember, I'll leave that haul linked up above. They're just a really pretty panel, and there's 4 different patterns on this panel. And I think I'm going to cut the wreath one out today, and we're going to try to make something with it. So let me cut this out here, and we will chitty chat. I want my gridded ruler, and I may have to move you because you are slightly on my cutting mat. I don't want you to fall off the table or be crooked. But there's fabric everywhere. As you can see, there's fabric here. There's fabric. I got a new jelly roll in. This was from, I believe, Annie's. And it is Moda. And it's called Ladybird. Thought this would be really pretty for the spring. When we get to spring, we've not even hit winter yet. So there's another jelly roll for me to play with. I couldn't help it. They were like on really good sales. I had got 2 more charm squares too. Did I show you guys those? I don't know if I did or not. I think I did, because it was these that match the Christmas fabric that I already have, and then like a really, yeah, I did. I remember now. And a really pretty springy one. All right, so I get my rotary cutter here. And let's see if I can get this cut. I need a big cutting table. A big cutting table. So this is only like 1 inch. So I'm going to have to cut like down the middle of that. But then you have, then you have like a big wide strip over here on this end. So we're going to have to cut a lot of this strip off just to get it even. So let me measure here. My iron is on. So I don't want to, the lint on the fabric gets me, burn myself, but I am going to iron this crease out just kind of so I can cut better. The fold crease is right there where I need to be cutting and measuring. So I'm just going to iron that out a little bit. Okay. Not enough workspace, I'm telling you. One day this will be better. I've got rid of a bunch of stuff. If you remember, this was all like stacked up behind me with different just odds and ends and stuff. I've decluttered a lot of that. This is just a hair over 1 inch. That little black margin there. So, let me see. I mean, it is just a hair over 1 inch. Where's my pencil? This one's blue. It might not show up. So, let me see if I can grab the white one. Little fabric pencil. And I'm going to mark half there. I'm going to come back and mark my half here. Zoom off a little bit and scooch it over there. And then half there. Scoot it down a little bit more. And all I'm doing, guys, see if I can turn you down, is just marking this fabric with a pencil. So you're going to fall off right there. I'm just marking it with a white pencil, fabric pencil. It's not quite an inch, so I'm just evening it up. Evening. You know what I'm talking about. Making it even as best as I can. Now I'm going to just cut down that line that I made, lining my marks up. Just like that. Okay, now I need to turn. We're going to do it again here, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing now. So I'm just taking my ruler and I'm taking, doesn't matter where, it's an inch, you know, from here to here, from one little circle to the other circle, it's an inch. So I am just, this is actually dead on an inch. It is dead on an inch. For the other one, where's my little bitty, guy? One of my little bitty guys here. Hey! So much easier to maneuver. Inch. Inch. Okay. And then I'll cut this side when we get everything cut. Okay. So just lining up this mark to this mark. And then we're going to scoot you up. Like so. Then I'm going to line up that mark to this mark. And there we go. So there's that panel cut out, and I still have 3 I can use. Lay that over there. So all the way around, this should be a 1/2 inch. Pretty much is the measurement. So I'm going to line up here. This was the top that was cut when I bought it. Just even this one up to a 1/2 inch using my ruler. And I'm lining up to this white line in here, just making sure everything is square. And all it is really taking off is this teeny tiny little sliver, just squaring that up. Okay, turn one more time. So now I have this big wide strip, and again, we're just doing a 1/2 inch. And if you weren't sitting there, I could go all the way to the end, but it's okay. Lining it up on my white line as best as I can. I just have this little bit down here on the end I'll have to scooch up and cut. Like so, just scooch it up. As I said, I'm not in any way a professional. I am learning. I'm just playing around. I can use this strip for scrap on something, so I'm not going to throw that away. And there is our lovely panel top. And it has a 1/2 inch around the whole thing. I could have went 1/4 and that would have been my sewing allowance, but it's all right. So now what I want to do is iron this out completely. The whole thing. Get any little wrinkles out where it's been folded. There's a few. And I just have a regular iron, no fancy quilting iron. There's a button I need to put away. This was actually when we went through my mother's things. This was my mom's, and it was new in a box. So, yep. When we went through my mom's house, it's like I doubled up everything I had because, of course, she had it. I had it. Because normally, if she bought one, she bought me one. So now I have this beautiful Christmas panel. And down here, I have some crafting felt that we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out. And we're going to cut off a piece. Is it all one piece? I don't know if it's all one piece or not. Because it was just rolled up and I bought it at a thrift store. So let's see what I have here. All right, I like to leave, I don't like leaving a whole lot hanging off the edge because to me that's just a waste when you go to like trim it down. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch. Scoot you up a little bit more. Yes, you can hear my creaky chair. I'm going to come over this way just a hair. And there's that. Scissors. I'm just going to use my scissors. Just to cut around this. Okay, so now I have a piece of fabric there. Turn this back over. Scoot my iron over just a hair. To come this way just a little. Like I said, I don't like using like a ton of extra hanging off the sides as long as it's covered. There we go. So I have excess all around. I did have a wrinkle on the back, so I'm just checking that. Now, I had got some, let me look, white, and I don't know if I want to make this into a wall, like a wall hanging or a pillow. I don't know. So all I'm going to do right now is take this over to the machine until I decide, because it's going to stay on this batting. It doesn't matter. Put my cutters in so I don't cut myself. I'm going to take this over to the machine. And we're just going to do just a simple stitch around all these edges, just to tack it down. And I'm not even pinning it. Like I said, this is just... I just want to tack it to the batting. I'm sewing with a shoe on. It feels weird because I'm usually barefooted. I'm just going to make sure it's nice and taut. Oh, you're bouncing. I'm sorry, y'all are bouncing, aren't you? Yeah, so I'm just tacking it down. Okay, I'm gonna, again, just pull my batting nice and taut here so it's not got like a wrinkle on the back or anything. Oh, don't bounce. If I go too fast, you bounce. Okay, I'm going to pivot one last time. I think I will use the white. That's what I bought the white for, was for a backing on this. Do I want to make it into a pillow? My aunt and uncle have like tan black furniture, so I thought this would look really good with their furniture. I'm not used to that thread cutter. All right, so cut my threads. I went off a little bit right there, but I think it's going to be okay once we get it sewed. I just wanted to tack these two together. So I think decisions. I'm just going to go around the edge of, we'll see how this works. I'm going to go around the edge of, I need to move this little back box of thingies. Pull this forward to me just a little bit. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of pivoting. And turning. Interesting. I love to be able to learn to free motion quilt with this thing eventually. Okay, I'm going to pick up just a little bit. Turn. Okay. Turn. This is not going to be in any way means be perfect. But it's all a learning process. Almost like the machine is chanting to me. That's I'm just kind of going around it with curvy shapes. Let's go a little more. There we go. Then I'm just going to continue to go around this maybe a couple times and see what I get. I'll be back. Okay, so I've just been tacking down this pillow top to this batting with no backing. So I went all the way around it with just a straight stitch. It's kind of a round. Like I said, this is just basically practice, but I'm glad I did it. And then I went back with a lot of these little branches and did a decorative stitch that looks like a branch. Let me see if I can get this turned around where you guys can see the little decorative stitch here. And then I went back through the center with basically the same stitch. I think this one was the 45 and this one was a 46. So they are a little bit different, but not much. So this was the 45 stitch and this was the 46 stitch. I mean, just a glance at them, you'd think they were the same stitch. So all this is tacked down pretty good now. I mean, I went around a lot of these little branches and just sewed them in. It looks really cute. So now I think I'm going to make a back for it. And I'm going to take this into the bedroom to lay that out on the fabric because I have more room on my bed My bed is a mess right now because I've been going through clothes again and decluttering some clothes. So there's clothes all back in there on the footstool of the bed. I try to, if I buy a few new items, I try to declutter some old things just to kind of keep it balanced. And I've not been doing a good job of it lately, so I need to declutter some clothes. I need to declutter some makeup. So there's a big declutter there that's probably going to come over there on that channel. Just snipping some of these tails. So I do have some some feel I can do with this if I do this whole pillow as a pillow. But I think I'm going to do it as a pillow. But look how cute that is already. Alright guys, let me decide what I want to do. I think it's going to be a pillow, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now what I've done is I took a piece of solid white that I was using for the backing. Piece of solid white. And I did the same thing. I just tacked a piece of that craft felt or batting to it. Just a 1/4 inch seam around just to tack it together so it's easier to work with. And now I've pinned that sandwich together, and we're going to start. Let me see where I want to start. Like which one's the top and which one's the bottom. I think I'm going to leave this one open here. So I'm just going to put a pin here so I remember to leave this open. And let's take you back over this way. And I'm just going to sew all the way around this. So I'm going to move my scissors, move my cutters. So this is going to be the opening where I put the pin. So I'm going to skip that, maybe a little bit more. I want to be able to get in there and get my stuffing in there, and make sure I am lined up. Let me go with the actual pillow top, because my back is just a little bit bigger than the top. Let me flip this over. Get all those little bits under that foot. Okay. And I'm going to try to sew right on the seam that I already had on there. Needle down. Okay, I think my fabric is shy. There's hair on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and turn. Yep, I'm double checking. So I'm going to be sewing just a hair on the inside. Ouch, there's a pin there. Making sure I'm catching all my fabric. Using that sewn line as my guide. Okay, back you up just a hair. One more. Go back. I'm gonna go back. There we go. Turn. Since I went a little bit to the inside on the other one, I'm going to stay a little bit to the inside on this one just so it looks even. Pull her straight. Sure she's straight. Okay, lift and flip. And down here is where I need to leave it opening. Right there, I think is good. I'm gonna be able to stuff, so I'm gonna back tack, cut my thread, and then we're gonna take our pins out. We're gonna flip her inside out. I think I will trim some of this excess off the edges though first. Is that on my pins? No. I dropped my pencil, so I'm just going to trim some of this excess off and even it up. Hopefully my cutter will cut through most of this. If not, I will use... Oh, yes, it did. My scissors. And it's just mainly where, like the backing, I had a little bit bigger, like here you can see the backing, I had a little bit bigger than the top. So we're just going to trim this up. I'm leaving a little bit more than 1/4 inch all the way around. Then we're going to stuff this baby and line it up on my sew line. I'm using my sew line as my guide. That side is pretty even. Maybe just a little bit up at the corner here can come off. Okay. Now lastly is the side we're going to stuff. And looking for my lawns. It's mostly the backing. It's hanging off. This guy line me up here. Okay. So now all those edges have been I'm going to take my corners. I wonder if I should snip. I am. I'm going to just snip some off these corners like this. Okay, is that all of them snipped? I think so. And now we're going to turn. I'm going to try to get my finger in there and really kind of poke that corner. You see all this stuff behind me? There's batting, there's flowers, stuff everywhere. Okay. Really try to poke those corners out. get my finger up in there and really poke in the corner. Poke in the corner. Poke in the corner. So here is what my pillow is going to look like, guys. Alright, I'm going to stuff this guy. You don't need me stuffing it. And when it's done, I will show you the finished pillow.